Okay, guys, if we can get started again. First off, we appreciate your understanding of breaking the meeting. We know there's a lot of very important information tonight, and there's still some more information to give you. But we do have some developing news and information on the fire that we felt was very important that we got out tonight, especially with some deadlines with the media. So this is right now meant for the media as well. If you do have questions, though, we will be able to answer some of those as well. So please, if you can hold your questions till the end. There are several speakers. The sheriff here of Lake County will be speaking, as well as the director of CAL FIRE, as well as the supervisor from this district as well. So I'm going to turn it over to Sheriff Martin now for some information regarding this fire. Sheriff.
Thank you again, Daniel. Well, we all that call Lake County home know that the fire activity that we've been experiencing over the last couple of years is definitely not normal. Fires don't just simply start. We're all aware of that. We know there are natural causes, but many times it's a man-made cause. Another thing that we know is that CAL FIRE has been here to help us, and CAL FIRE has some of the finest firefighters in this country. What a lot of us don't realize is that CAL FIRE also has some of the finest arson investigators in this country. They're responsible for investigating every wildland fire that occurs in the state responsibility area in California, and they do a tremendous job of doing so. It is my pleasure to announce the arrest of Damin Anthony Pashilk, age 40, of Clear Lake. Earlier today, CAL FIRE investigators, along with Lake County Sheriff's detectives, with the assistance of the Lake County District Attorney's Office, were able to arrest Mr. Pashilk on 17 counts of arson. Mr. Pashilk is in custody at this hour in the Lake County Jail, where he will remain pending further criminal proceedings. I'd like to introduce CAL FIRE Chief Ken Pimlott to discuss this incident further.
Thank you, Sheriff Martin. As the sheriff talked about, people are responsible for 95% of the fires here in California. Fortunately, they're not all arson. I mean, they're accidents. There are a number of incidents and accidents that cause fires, but 95% of them are people. It is a tragic day, however, when we identify any individual who intentionally starts a fire. And a fire like this that was devastating to your community, a community that has suffered significantly over this last year. So we are very proud of our investigators. We're very proud of working with Sheriff Martin and his staff, this community, the district attorney, and all of the folks that have participated in this process. But I will caution everybody, this is obviously just the beginning. While the investigators have done their due diligence to bring this forward for the charges, now the district attorney and many others in the legal system will go to work as this case is processed. So this is really just the beginning of a process going forward. Really, for CAL FIRE, we want to continue to be part of the process for all of you as you continue to heal in the wake of another devastating fire. Tonight, over 175 families homeless, 4,000 acres burned, over $10 million in damages, a fire that's cost almost $5 million to suppress. Tragic, tragic consequences for so many. With that, again, you will have our continued support. We will continue to participate. There will not be very many questions, unfortunately, we'll be able to answer for you tonight relative to the investigation specifically, because understand a lot of work has to go on to bring this forward. But make it very clear, Sheriff Martin made the statement, the suspect is in jail tonight, and that's what is important. So thank you. Thank you. So with that, I'd like to introduce the supervisor from Lake County from your district here.
Thank you. And while this is great news, incredible news, we still got a lot of work ahead of us. I mentioned earlier the tremendous partnership that we have with our state and federal representatives, and this is a further example of that. The cooperation that occurred in order to make this happen in such a short order is just mind-boggling. It's just wonderful news that while this fire is still being fought, they're able to find a suspect and have him arrested and in custody. We do have a lot of work left ahead of us, ahead of them with the firefighters in suppressing the fire. We have days and maybe weeks ahead of us to make sure that happens, and we have months and years ahead of us for the full recovery to make sure that your folks are back in your homes and made whole again. But this is a great start, and I'm just proud to be a part of an organization that works this closely together. Thank you.
We will take some questions from the media. Yes.